He's an award-winning speaker with Caitlyn Jenner and Suzanne Summers at Harvard and NASDAQ. He's a best-selling author now on his 4th book tour and a syndicated radio host with dozens of TV appearances, Mr. Dave Nassaney.
Good morning. I'd like to tell you all a love story. Is that okay? Everybody likes a good love story. Well, my beautiful wife, Charlene, and I had a fairy tale storybook romance, courtship, and marriage for the first 22 years of our 44 years together. Life was good. We raised our 3 daughters. We got them all married off, each one twice, actually. And right around the time that we were supposed to be entering into the emptiness phase of life, you know, where the kids are older and we have no responsibility, got extra money. Anybody there? Well, my wife complains to me about this headache that she had for 3 days. She called it the headache of her life that just wouldn't go away. Well, we didn't think much about it at first. It was only a headache. But then on that 4th day, she wakes me up asking me to massage her head. So while I'm doing that, I notice that her right side of her face starts drooping. And I say to myself, I better call an ambulance. Well, by the time the ambulance arrived, the woman I loved had suffered a massive stroke and had left her severely speech impaired and paralyzed on the right side. And in that moment, I just suddenly realized that sentence that I heard her say, "Dave, please massage my head," would be the last time I'd ever hear her speak a sentence. I got to tell you, the next 2 years was like a living hell for both of us. Charlene became angry and bitter most of the time because she was grieving her loss, the loss of her body. And then I became angry and bitter for the same reason. I didn't know what to do. I was feeling guilty most of the time. I heard myself scream out to God, "I can't take this anymore." So I sat down and I wrote my wife a letter. I said, "Charlene, why are you so mean to me? It's so hard being your husband, taking care of you 24/7 without receiving any crumbs of appreciation or love in return. I know it's hard on you, but you're making it even harder on me to care for you. I just don't think I can be with you anymore. Well, I'll take care of you financially, but I just can't be with you." You know, it killed me to write those words. I couldn't believe I was saying that about the woman I love. Now, don't get me wrong. I wanted to love my wife. I wanted to care for her. I wanted to be that guy that married her 22 years earlier, but she was making it so impossible to do so. I didn't even know how to care for her needs anymore. Frankly, I didn't know if I even wanted to. I wondered if there was any hope for us. I just went on in my depression and my hopelessness. But then one day, I discovered that there was a business card in my pocket. I don't know where it came from, who gave it to me, but it was inviting me to a caregiver support group. I didn't even know what a caregiver was, let alone a support group. But I figured if somebody gave it to me, maybe I should go. So I went, and everything changed. I met people there who were just like me, burned out caregivers. I learned if I didn't take care of me, I couldn't take care of my wife. Just like the airlines tell us, put your oxygen mask on first before you help your loved one with their mask. Wow. Well, when I finally learned that I was able to change, to my amazement, my wife started to change. Slowly at first. She started becoming her old self again, and our love was rekindled. Well, I got to tell you, she still can't talk, but she can communicate non-verbally through Pictionary and charades, 2 games I hate, by the way. But I'm learning to love She still can't walk. But I bought her this power chair, and she gets around just fine. I mean, I can't even keep up with her. That chair has been all over the world. And anyone who meets her for the first time is amazed at how she's like a cross between Martha Stewart and Wonder Woman. She just makes all of us people look like whiners and complainers. I'm so proud of her. She's my hero, and I love her. Well, when I finally realized everything that I've learned from my beautiful wife and my stroke support group, I discovered that there are so many caregivers out there, just like me, feeling lost and alone, going through so much pain and suffering. I didn't want them to suffer anymore. I didn't want them to give up, like I almost gave up. So that's why I became Dave the Caregiver's caregiver. I wanted them to stay alive and stay out of the hospital, since 30% of them actually die before their loved ones do, and the rest of them just become sicker than the ones they care for, eventually needing a caregiver of their own. I'm living proof that you can thrive as a caregiver, not just survive. Your love story can be as beautiful as ours. Just like me finding that card in my pocket was able to help me to thrive, my amazing online support group, caregiverdave.com, will be able to help you make your love story one of hope and triumph. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.